3 days in, what's it looking like on the defensive side? How do you maybe some confidence gained from the spring?
Oh yeah, shoot, the defense is looking great. Just having Aranda as head, just running the defense, and shoot, just having these new guys who just came in and who just stepped in, just filled in spots for the guys who left. You know, it's it's a big thing, and I could just see the defense changing from last year, and I could just see us flying around, and yeah, so it's gonna be a great one.
People have talked about a new, more intense Dave Aranda this fall. What does a more intense Dave Aranda look like?
Hey man, I'm gonna just say you don't want to see that, but you know, like I feel like it's the best for this team because just based off of last year and the record and you know like the games that we could have won, that we lost in the fourth quarter, you know, like I feel like he should be on us like that, and you know he should be getting on our butt like that because you know this program expects a lot more than what we showed last season, and you know we got to get the people and the fans, you know, what they want from us. So.
What do personal goals kind of look like for you? Where do you want to grow this season, and how has kind of your work over the summer and spring built up to that?
I'm gonna say one of my top goals is, you know, this season is at least getting more than 3 picks, and you know just having more like big time plays, you know, I have for the team, and then just getting more of those for the team. So you know that we can just keep going, keep on winning games, you know, just doing what we do.
The secondary as a whole last year was pretty good overall. How do you build on that as a unit, and can you keep that momentum going?
Oh yeah, especially with Snacks coming back. Oh yeah, it's a big difference now, you know, and just like I said, with like the new guys who transferred in, you know, I can see a lot in all those guys, and they're all in. So, you know, I just love it.
Speaking of Snacks, how does he fit in this secondary, both skill set and personality?
Man, he fits well. You know, he been here, so he already knows the schemes. He already know the plays. You know, he already know what to do. So we just trying to get back, you know, back to it.
Being able to make those big plays, can you kind of talk about what goes into that? Is it just a year older, year wiser? Is there what kind of preparation goes into that at this time of the year?
I'll say just like the leadership, and especially me being a young guy, you know, I gotta just learn, especially at this time, you know, I gotta learn my leadership and just start being that guy who talks more, you know, and who lift guys up more, because I know I'm a big player on this team.
How easy or tough is it for you to take that step going from freshman to now maybe a guy who can take control of that room?
You know, it just feel kind of special because I saw an article like I want to say like 2 days ago that it said I was like the second lowest in recruit that Baylor has got. So you know, just seeing that and just seeing where I'm at right now, you know, it just I just thank God, and it's just inspiring, and it just pushes me to keep going.
You do things like that and wanting to, you know, get more results on the field this year. Did it kind of put a chip on your shoulder as you head into the offseason?
Oh yeah, it most definitely did put a chip on my shoulder, and you know, just seeing those older guys, you know, I was like, I want to be just like them, you know. Even watching Snacks when he was here, you know, like I always looked up to him. So you know, just coming here and just knowing the expectations, you know, I just came here with that mindset.
What's it been like having your brother here?
Oh man, it's great, you know. Just having my family here with me, and just knowing that we're both good, and you know, just get him back home, because I know him being far and stuff, you know, he didn't really like it out there, so I had to get him back.
Kendrick, I guess, what's that been like? You know, obviously you were here in the spring. What was that like, just kind of getting used to the defense and getting used to everybody else?
The spring, it was good, you know, new place, you know, so it was a little bit just trying to get to know everybody, but everybody welcomed me in with open arms. As far as the defense, I mean, I've had 4 defensive coordinators in the last 5 years, 3 position coaches. So like just learning it wasn't a big factor, and also like some of the stuff we do now, I ran at my past school, so it's really been great, to be honest.
How nice is it to have a familiar face in Donut?
It's great. That's one of my best friends. He's been in one of my roommate 3-4 years. We came in together at Western Kentucky, so that's great.
How do you get the nickname Donut?
It was a childhood name, so I think you'll have to ask him.
What do personal goals look like for you? I mean, obviously, you come to Baylor. I think there's probably some things you have in mind, and how do you work this offseason to be able to accomplish that?
Some personal goals was I just got to get that ball this year. You know, when the ball go up in the air, I want to do that. Come in here and be a leader, establish myself as a leader, get that C on my chest, and really just being the best person I could be every day. I know it was a younger group last year, so coming in with a lot of experience, just any questions, any way I can help the young guys, that's really was big for me.
What does the competition within that room look like, knowing you got a lot of guys back there for just a few spots?
The competition is big and it's good. It's great, to be honest. I feel like competition in every position is great because it brings out the best in everybody. Even though it's competition, we're tight, and I feel like that's even better, you know, because it's one thing to compete and then try to go apart, but we compete and we all together, hang out together, so I feel like that's good, and it's only going to make us better for the season. How deep we are is only going to help us during the season also. We know whoever is kind of like, I guess, running back of basketball, whoever got the hot hand, you know, that's probably who's going to be that guy, but I feel like everybody's just going to be the best in their role, so we're not kind of looking at that piece.
How do you balance that idea of coming in as the new guy, but technically being one of the more experienced guys all in the same kind of thing?
To be honest, it was hard, you know, not for around the people, but me personally, because I've been at one school 4 years, so just the change and just like you said, being an older guy but still kind of being new, so it felt like a younger guy. But I mean, it was great I haven't felt that way since freshman year, so to go back to that and have to learn and have to meet new people, it was really good for me because I'm a guy really don't talk a lot, so it was good for me.
Yeah, when you're coming in, who are you kind of taking notice of in the secondary who you know, already seemed to have maybe a leadership role that you felt you could complement?
Bobby and Lemear, them being 2 of the oldest guys in the room and having a lot of plenty experience. There were 2 guys, but a young guy, Carl Williams. I mean, he was a freshman last year, but his leadership, his work ethic, it was major. I feel like it matched my intensity, and I love that.
He's switching positions a little bit there, kind of maybe whatever. How is he taking a step, Carl? That is.
I don't know. I don't know what to say.
I guess you weren't here last year.
Let me find out how to put it. I'll say, whatever role calls in, he's going to be great. He has embraced every role, and you've seen he's played corner, nickel, safety, and he could do any of them. He could start on any team on all of them. He's unreal, you feel me? I love Carl. Carl is going to be great for us, and he's definitely a major impact player on this defense and team.
How important is it to have players like that who can be versatile, who can be ready to take on a challenge like that?
It's very important. Like me, my last school, I probably played 3-4 positions. Here now I'm playing 2 or 3. So the versatility it's important for football nowadays, especially with new offenses, our offense. Just the season, you know, people get injured, certain stuff happens, so to move stuff around. Me and Carl, not 2 of the only guys that could do that, but our room, we switch around at the safety spots a lot, switch around in the down position, so it's really going to be great.
So you could play nickel, you could play, what positions are you mainly looking at?
I'm right now in nickel and free safety.
Free safety.
Yes, sir.
What's it been like having Dave kind of take more of a hands-on approach? What's that been like having him as kind of leading that defensive room? Coach Ray.
It's been great, to be honest. Like I said before, I mean, the defensive coordinator is my coach, so that's big too. But just having the head coach, you know, instilling this, you don't want to let him down. You don't want to make no mistakes because it's like, that's the head coach. So I feel like that's another thing that's going to bring the best out of the whole defense and the team, to be honest, because when you see the head coach, you know, he going just as hard as you for a defense, and you know the great mind he is, it makes you want to get stuff right. It makes you want to go with more effort. And yes, sir.
You talked about, you've had a lot of defensive coordinators, a lot of voices in your college career. Is there some way that Dave Aranda has explained something where, like, well, his mind just works different in terms of football?
To be honest, on my visit, before I even committed, it was like, wow, like you know, I've been around a lot of great DCs, a lot of smart DCs, but I feel like he's different. You know, I watched him when I was young at LSU. You know, that was one of my dream schools, but like I didn't know how smart he was then. But like just to sit in the room, just to hear him talk, man, it's unreal. I feel like he's definitely top one of the most smartest defensive coordinators I have for sure.
Anything else, Kendrick?
Can you sense urgency in this team? I know you weren't here last year for how that season went, but coming in, you know, as a new guy, can you sense urgency within this group?
Most definitely. I've seen the urgency with this whole team and the coaching staff. To be honest, like I said, I'm an older guy, so on my visit, it was kind of easy. I know like everything was genuine. I seen like the plan we had and just the people we were bringing in, the way the NIL for the younger guys coming up, just the changes that was made. I felt it just took just the right pieces that where we could get to that next step. And me personally, I was at a G5 school, so just I guess I'll say the underdog feeling, I'm all down with that. You feel me? I'm with that. So just the plan he had and just the people he had, I was definitely up for it.
How safety? It seems like you're got a lot of guys back there. I guess how do you manage all the bodies back there, and I guess what's it like playing in kind of a full room? If that makes any sense.
It's great. It allows everybody to play full speed because if you're tired, you have people who can come in and compete at a high level. So there's really been nothing to manage. It's just made everything better.
What difference do you see in Dave taking more of a kind of a hands-on approach and a little bit more control of that defense?
Big improvement, just like he's such a genius at defense, so he's really, really detailed in everything, and he like explains why we're doing something. Like he doesn't just tell us to call, he'll give us the reason for why we're doing it.
Coach talked about there being a bit more intensity with the team this year. Can you feel that, and how have you seen that come about in practice in the offseason?
Definitely can feel it. Everybody's sick of losing. That's the main thing. So I feel like everybody's just focused on competing, and losing's not an option for us. So that's what's coming out of practice.
What about the offense? What have you seen from those guys? Particularly maybe from the spring when they kind of maybe threw some things at you that you weren't expecting or whatever.
The offense is really dynamic, which is really good for us because the past couple of years we've been playing more of a wide zone defense in practice, and then we'll go in the game, we'll play a spread offense. So it'll be complete 180. So having a spread offense now, it gives us more reps, and I don't think there's any team in the country who's faster than our receivers. Them dudes are fast, so it just allows us to get even better.
What do personal goals look like for you for this year, and kind of how did you work in the offseason to make sure that you could show that growth?
Personal goal is just to play hard every play. Don't take any plays off. That's the main thing. I feel like last year there was plays I would take off just because I'm tired or stuff like that. That's no longer an excuse, especially with all the depth we have. So that's my only goal, and then the rest will take care of itself. And as far as the off season, everybody was working super hard. We was working at McLean in the sun, so everybody's in pretty good condition right now.
You were obviously here when Snacks was here before. Do you see a different guy? Is he the same guy? What are you seeing from him?
He's the same guy, really competitive, but a little chilled out a little bit. So but he's the same guy. There's no change in Snacks for us. So.
Caden talked about wanting to improve his leadership this offseason. As someone who is around him daily, have you noticed any shift from him from freshman just doing it on the field to now trying to take more?
Oh yeah, for sure. Just everywhere, whether it be conditioning in the weight room, he's a lot more vocal now. Like if somebody is not doing up to the standard, he'll call it out, and that's been a big difference with him. And obviously on the field, he was making a lot of plays just based off of athletic ability, but now he's really starting to understand defense and is allowing him to be even better.
Has the energy level of this team picked up this year? We talked about urgency and intensity a lot, but maybe the energy and fun, I guess.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially just with the group of guys that we have. Like everybody's so much closer now. Like somebody makes a big play, everybody's celebrating together. So that's been a big thing. And as far as what was the question?
Fun? Are you having more fun?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like at the end of the day, this is football, and we're all just competing. So yeah.
Devin, what's it been like? Third day of fall camp. What's the defense looking like to you just early on in camp, I guess?
To be honest, we're looking real good right now. We're flying around. We're playing fast and physical. Can't wait for the season.
Can you kind of talk about what personal goals look like for you this year and kind of have the work that you put in this offseason to be able to achieve those?
Personal goals, I want 70-plus tackles again. I want 5 picks this year. After every practice in the summertime, I'm getting jugs, ball drills with my coach, trying to work on my hands because, I dropped 2 last year, so that ain't happening this year.
And then, what's a more intense Dave Aranda look like?
Intense Dave Aranda?
Yeah, there's been a lot of talk about how he's been more intense this year. What does that look like?
He's real. It's been serious. We know that he's not playing around this year. We know we have a plan going into this fall. We're not the same defense from last year. It's gonna be fun in McLean this year. I can promise you that.
Matt's still back there with the safety, with Dave taking on more of a hands-on role. What differences are you seeing? Do you like kind of where you are headed in that area?
I like it. Coach Powell, he's still the same. Coach Powell, he still come work hard every day. But I can say that with Dave taking over the plays, it has been a good improvement.
How has the depth of the safeties, I guess, helped you kind of push yourself forward, that kind of stuff?
When new people come in, nobody's spot secure. So every day you got to come in, you got to work hard and earn your spot. So I'm glad we got 14 safeties. So we push each other every day, try to make each other better. We coach each other, and we happy to see each other shine on the field.
With all the transfer portal movement, we talked to the quarterbacks and the wide receivers. They talk about how during the summer they go on throw routes together. Is there anything the secondary does to kind of get on that same connection wavelength?
Yeah, like I said, we after practice, they out there right now getting a ball drill. But I'm here, talking to you guys. But yeah, we working our hands, breaks in the post because safety we in the post all the time. So working on high points the ball and trying to get picks this year.
What does leadership look like in the secondary this year? How are returning players and maybe some younger players, stepping up into more of a role this year?
The leadership is great. The defense. I feel like the defense have a lot of experience now this year. We was young last year. I think it was more freshmen played on defense last year than since I've been here. So the leadership is there. We got a lot of new transfers in that's kind of old guys. So like I said, can't wait to see what the fall look like.
Devin, you were here when Snacks was here before. What kind of player are you seeing from him? Is he the same guy, or is he different than what you remember?
Yeah, he is. Snacks the same. He bring aggressiveness. He bring energy every day. He vocal. He talk to me. We talk to each other in the boundary side all the time. So I love to have him back.
How is going up against a new offense going to help you once the season comes?
I'm glad that we have this new offense. Honestly, they're more spread team. So I ain't never seen that because it was under Jeff Grimes my past 2 years. So having spread is going to prepare us good for the season.
Did you play with Ashton Hawkins at this?
Yeah, I did.
I guess what did you were you friends before he got here? I guess what does he bring to that wide receiver group from your perspective?
He brings a lot of energy. He brings a lot of aggressiveness. He wants the ball in his hands every play. That's the type of mindset he has. He gonna attack the ball every play. If you ask teammates around that, every time the ball's in there, his mindset is his. So it's a challenge for the DBs. Like I said earlier, working on how to point the ball and making the play.
Did you match up against him at all in the game last season?
I actually did. Yeah, I actually did.
What was that experience like?
It was a good experience, because in high school we went one-on-one against each other all the time. So it wasn't nothing new. It was a good competition between us two.